Hello, everyone, and welcome to our baking club once again. Today, we're going to be making another traditional recipe. It's called Melomakarona. I know way back at the beginning, we made a special recipe from my background from Greece, and it was flouraki, but today we are making Melomakarona, another traditional recipe that we make year-round. So I'm excited to share this recipe with everyone. Let's begin. So we're going to start off with the dry ingredients first. So for this recipe, we need 4 cups of flour. And we are preheating our oven, everyone, to 300, ooh, my cup is in here, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So preheat your oven and get your baking sheet ready. So I'm measuring 4 cups here. 2, 3, 4 cups. So we're starting off with the dry ingredients right now. 4 cups of flour. We've got 1/3 cup of sugar. So we don't need a lot of sugar for this recipe because at the end, we're not going to be doing this today, but it's actually on your recipe card that these are honey cookies. So you get to dip them into honey and add walnuts to them. But I have a special way to make that syrup, honey syrup, and it's on your recipe card. But today we're just going to bake the actual cookie itself. So I'm adding 1/3 cup of sugar. And we've got our baking powder. One-third baking powder, or you could even do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So we've got all our dry ingredients, baking powder, sugar, and flour. And then our next step would be to add the olive oil and the orange zest and orange juice. So we've got our cloves and our cinnamon. I'll add the cloves first. We've got 1/3 teaspoon of cloves. And 1 tablespoon, flat tablespoon of cinnamon. I like adding a little bit more. I love the taste of and the smell of the cloves and the cinnamon. So we've got that. Then in a separate bowl, we can add our wet ingredients, but I usually just add it all in one bowl. We add our vanilla extract. 1/3. Mine's a little bit, I just put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but it's 1/3 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we have, it's 1/2 cup of olive oil and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil or sunflower oil. But today I'm just using olive oil. So I'm gonna be pouring in 1 cup of olive oil. I don't have vegetable oil with me today. And then I'm ready to add my orange. So we cut our orange and we wash our orange first. So I'm gonna wash my orange and I'm gonna actually use the zest part of the orange. So I have my grinder here and I'm gonna grind it down. So once you've finished grinding the zest into the ingredients, then you can cut the orange and squeeze it to make 1 cup of juice. 1 cup, 1/2 cup, 1/3 cup to add that extra flavor. I think 1 orange is enough for the zest. Okay, and now I'm going to cut my orange. And I'm going to squeeze this using a fork today. And if you come across any seeds, just use your fork or spoon to take out the seeds from inside your cup. But this orange does not have any seeds. Great. So 1 orange is not enough. I'm going to have to use 2 oranges to make 1/3 or half a cup of orange juice. So once we finish squeezing our orange, we add that into the ingredients as well. And then we can start mixing everything together. So I'm getting my spatula and I'm going to mix everything together. So I'm going to empty this onto my parchment paper and I'm going to start kneading this together. But something is not. It's a little crumbly. But as you roll it, so the shape of the cookie would be like this. It's like an egg shape. You'd make it into an egg shape and then you would place it onto the baking sheet. So we're probably going to get quite a few cookies out of this. There's another. You can make them in a smaller size if you'd like. You can make them a little bit larger. And these cookies take about 15 to 20 minutes to bake in the oven. It's a pretty straightforward recipe. And then once the cookies are baked and they're out of the oven, you can start preparing the honey syrup. The way you would do that is you'd add a little bit of water. You'd warm up a little bit of water. You add like 1 cup of honey, a little bit of lemon, and you would mix the syrup together, bringing it to a boil, adding cinnamon and cloves as well in the honey mixture. And then when the cookies are, if the cookies are hot out of the oven, you need to dip them into the honey when the syrup is cold. If you want your syrup to be hot, then you wait until your cookies cool down and then you dip them into the honey when the syrup is actually cooled down. But today we're not going to do that portion. We're just baking our cookies for today. And you can always bake your cookies, and if you decide to want to put honey on them the next day, you're welcome to. So once you finish rolling out the shape you desire, you place them on your baking sheet and you bake them for 15 to 20 minutes, everyone. So in about 30 seconds, I will bake my first batch. So I hope everyone enjoyed baking Melomakarona with me. I'm going to place them in the oven right now, and I will see everyone back in about 20 minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Our Melomakarona are ready. They've just come out of the oven. They smell delicious. So I'm going to let them cool down now. And then I will get my honey syrup ready to add to the topping and garnish it with walnuts, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed this wonderful recipe. Hope to see everyone next Tuesday on our next baking session. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.